guys? Welcome back to the Mama Kid Show. I am Damien, one of the kids.
I am Daniel, the other kid.
I'm Aracely, the mom. And today we are doing an episode on
Questions.
questions.
Yeah, you got it.
Why?
Good.
No, why? Tell me why.
Exactly why.
What?
You're doing very good.
Questions, because I believe it's one of the 5 tips for success. The other ones are defining, questioning, adapting, learning to fail, and growing. All right, do we want to start off with our interesting fact?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, who wants to go first?
I will do one because I have 2.
Okay.
Let me just find it. Where is it? I just saw it. Oh, male lobsters have their bladders in their head and squirt pee at each other during fights.
They have their what in their head?
Bladder.
Their bladder in their head?
What?
So if you ever think a lobster is crying, don't touch it. Or don't drink it.
Why would you drink its cryingness?
Okay, and
What's your, do you have another one or?
yeah, let me just do my second one. There's enough gold. No, did you know there's enough gold inside Earth to coat the planet?
We better go mine digging.
To
Column
what the
digging.
planet?
To cover the planet by
Gold finding.
1.5 feet.
1.
So like it would be 1.5 thick coat around the
We need to go
planet of
search for it.
gold.
We leave tomorrow.
I mean,
Okay.
the leaving part is true.
All right, do I go?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay, did you know that the ridges on coins serve a purpose? They help prevent the coin from being shaved for its metal. Don't know how that would prevent it, but I guess.
I would just cut it in half and then start from the
I don't
middle.
know.
And then
That's,
turn the other way and start
Okay.
from the middle again.
yeah.
No, I don't know.
But the my other interesting fact is, did you know that the Mona Lisa doesn't have eyebrows?
Yeah, well,
It
I
was
don't
due
believe
to
you.
restoration.
I think
They
I did
were
know
they
that.
kept like they got erased during the restoration. I
What?
had to
didn't
look it
know
up.
why, but I knew that it didn't have eyebrows. I know that it didn't have eyebrows, but I didn't know why.
Well, I had to look for it. I had to look it up
Bruh.
to see if it really did or not. Looks weird.
Yes.
I guess I
Once
would
you know it,
be
you
erased.
can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Like the KFC man. Its bow is now a body.
How's a bow a body?
Like you see, look up the KFC logo.
Oh, yeah.
And look, KFC man. Go to images. Or not
His bow
KFC.
looks like a little man, like a stick figure.
Oh, I see it.
Now you can't unsee it.
I know. There's his life is really interesting the way KFC was made.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see his.
You said
bow?
yeah, like yeah. I don't want to hear.
No.
His bow.
Did
now
I
looks
get it
like a
right or
body.
not?
No.
But now you can't see it.
I know, Damien.
Now-
you can't see it now.
Now your KFC life is ruined.
Like the FedEx, it has an arrow in it from
Yeah,
the ET.
in the E and
But
X.
Daniel, you said yeah, like I want to sound interested,
But I just
but
want to
I
tell my joke
don't
already.
want her to go into this.
No.
What's your joke?
The temptation to sing The Lion Sleeps Tonight is always just a whim away, a whim away, a whim away.
For what?
No, you have.
Oh, what?
Damien never gets any of my jokes.
Because I can't hear you.
Why do scuba divers fall backwards out of the boat?
Why does
to
scuba?
dive?
No.
Scuba
They-
divers fall backwards out of a boat?
Yeah, they go
Yeah.
like...
I've never seen.
I
Oh.
don't know.
Because if they fell forwards, they'd still be in the boat.
Oh my goodness! Well, if they turned around.
I still don't get it.
Oh my gosh, if you couldn't see, I rubbed my hand with my face.
I still don't get it.
Okay,
Damien, let me see if you can get one then.
No, we're fine. You'll catch up, Damien. All right.
No, if they fell forward, they would still land.
Because of the way they're sitting.
How are they sitting?
I'll show you a video
Like
after.
they sit on the boat on the edge of the boat and then
What
they
did
fall.
what did the buffalo dad say to his son as he left?
See you later.
Bye, son.
Okay.
It's a little funny. I'll give you that.
Okay. The word of the day for character building is creativity. What is creativity?
Definition?
The viti of the creati. What is the definition of creativity?
The biological definition is the use of imagination or original ideas,
The
especially
use
when.
of imagination. Okay. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you want to continue what I was gonna say? You know what? You know what I was gonna say?
I'm trying to find it in the Bible. I'm like, where is he reading this from? Okay, go.
The use of imagination or original ideas, especially in the production of an artistic work.
Okay, why do you think having creativity is important?
Because if you don't, then
Then
you're
you
just
don't
gonna
have it.
become a robot.
That's one of the things that differs us from robots, right? We have creativity. We can create stuff. I think that it'd be really boring if we didn't have creativity. I mean, we would all do the same thing over and over and over again. Question. Oh no, the verse is we have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. But let me see. No, I really don't want to go with that one. It's for we are God's
You're just like, you know what? I don't want to read that one.
for we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do the good things he planned for us long ago. So he created us anew in Christ Jesus, which we know that God is a creator. He created us. We are creators, so we have creativity. Question, how can you use your creativity for God?
Creative ways to share the Bible, share the gospel.
Yeah, through music, through art, through just doing something different, right? To catch people's attention and
Catch people.
to catch people. You are supposed to be a fisher of men.
Not a catcher of men.
Well, you just catch them.
Gotta catch them all. It's like you don't want to laugh, but you don't want me to feel sad. It's just like it's like I don't even
Is
get
it
two chuckles.
noticeable?
I just get one. It's like
It's a hiccup. It's called a hiccup. Okay. All right, let's go into our talk. We really need to keep these under 40 minutes.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so the questions. Why questions? Well, like I said, I do think that it's one of the five tips. I don't even know if it's tips, but 5 things to success. And then we question to learn and understand confusion. To learn and understand, and then it's it takes you from confused to clarity. So if you don't understand something, the more questions you ask about it, the more you understand, and the more you're able to comprehend. And then to build relationships, we connect with others. So it's like we go and meet somebody, we're going to ask questions to get to know them. We're not going to obviously know everything, and we're not going to go off on a question rampant because that would be kind of weird. You nonstop
Where do you live?
asking
How old
questions.
are you? When were you born? What's your favorite
That'd be
color?
kind of like I'd step away from that person. So you ask to get to know them, right? To build a relationship. You also ask questions to reveal what's inside. God asks to help us. God asks questions to help us see what's going on in our hearts. Yeah.
No.
To spark growth, if you ask good questions, you can maybe the answer to that question can spark something in you to want to know more about it.
Okay.
So ask good questions about my homeschool topics. So maybe it sparks
Or
wanting
you
to
can
learn in it.
question our homeschool topics.
Yeah, well, the answer might spark like imagination in you.
She doesn't. I don't know.
Okay. And then it's questions also invite us into something greater. God uses questions to draw us into our purpose. So all of a sudden you'll be watching a movie or something, and then there's something that comes up, and you start asking a question like,
Oh my
why
gosh, he
that?
fell off the bridge, right? Like that?
Not those types of questions, please. Or you'll be reading your Bible, and then there's not a question that you're reading, but a question just comes up. Like you just think of something. You think of a question. They're like, why did it say that? What does that mean? And that can invite you into something greater, right? The answer. So questions. Do you have questions?
No.
No. All right. Did you know that there are questions in the Bible?
Really?
You knew that.
Yeah, I know.
There are about 3,300 questions in the Bible itself. And out of those 3,300 questions, about 307 questions were asked to Jesus.
307?
Yes.
Oh my god.
No, 307. Yeah, 307 questions.
No, Jesus
Jesus
asked.
asked 307 questions.
Not
Yeah.
me correcting you on your topic.
Yeah, I have like arrows and pointing everywhere. You should see my notes. 307 questions were asked by Jesus, and there were 187 questions asked to Jesus. So 1/3 of the questions. No, not two. It's about 2/3, right? Am I making math? No. Okay, I need to.
Please
Yeah,
stop.
3 out of those. I mean, 3 to
Three out
8
of-
questions were answered by Jesus. So
3?
Jesus, yeah.
3 or
So
4?
this is why I don't answer questions.
38 or 3?
3 to 8.
Oh, 3 to 8.
Oh.
This is why I don't answer questions. See, Jesus didn't ask questions.
Yeah, but you're not Jesus.
And I know, but I follow him in his footsteps, so I'm not answering questions. I'll answer like 3 to 8 questions of all the questions that you guys ask. So can you imagine? I mean, they were asking him and they wanted to know, and he would reply back with the question. He wouldn't even answer their question.
I would be like, how's your day going?
So that makes
Better
me
question,
think,
how's yours?
going off topic, but that makes me think, are we supposed to ask questions? No. But that's why we're not supposed to ask questions, because he's going to answer us with the question. So,
And then we can answer that. He's going to answer us with the question that we can answer. Probably.
Next time God asks a question, I'm going to be like, question.
yeah, we can question the question.
What?
What? That's not what we're
You
talking
can
about.
question the question that questioned the question.
I just think it's interesting how Jesus knew we wanted to know, and they were asking him questions, and yet he didn't give them the answer. He questioned them. So it's like, why are they asking that question? And I think that's a very powerful question. Whenever someone's asking you a question, it's like, why are they asking that question? Like trying to find out like what's behind the question. Like, are they really interested? Are they doubting? What is it, the question behind the question? Right?
Lots of questions.
Yeah.
No.
No? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, no. No, I don't know.
One of the questions that I think that goes hand in hand in the Bible is goes with the business and what we've been talking about in the Visionary Youth Accelerator. He asks in Exodus 4:2, what is that in your hand? And I think he's talking to Moses.
Well, that's
When he had that rod. But it's a question of like, we ask, what can we do? What can we create? And God's like, what is that in your hand? What is it that you have already that you could have started something with? Another question, Jesus asked this question, and it's Luke 18:41. What do you want me to do for you? And it's us really knowing what we want him to do for us or what we need him to do for us. When I believe he's speaking to a guy that's by a swimming pool that they believed had healing. The water had healing.
It's not a swimming pool. It's
Not
just a pool.
not it's a spring.
So it's a pool of water.
Yeah, it's a pool of water, not a swimming pool.
I mean, you could.
We go to the swimming pool. It's a pool of water. It's a spring, I believe. And there's this guy that's been there for years and years. It's not just like been days. He's been there for years. And so their belief was that every so often that pool of water would get full of water and they could go and they could just touch it and they would be healed. But this guy is, I think he can't walk or something like that. And he's a couple of steps away from the pool. And Jesus comes up to him. And I think at that time also the water had been had come down and everybody was just rushing and nobody was helping this guy out. So he was, they all got, I don't know if they all got healed or not, but they all God touched the water and left, right? But he's still there. So Jesus comes and he asks him, hey, what is it that you want me to do for you? But this guy, his response was, I just can't get over there. Like, I can't do it. Nobody pays attention to me. He's complaining instead of answering the question, right? And sometimes we do that. Like, it's like, what do you need help with? And, the first thing some of them say is, I just can't do this. Like, this is so complicated. Instead of saying, hey, can you help me with this? Right? So I think that's a really two important things that we can take from that one question is really tell Jesus what is it that we need or our desires. And whenever people ask us, like, just tell them and not complain. Right?
That's good.
Okay. Questions people asked God. Psalm 22:1. Why have you forsaken me? And I think that goes on. Those questions go on for, like, we are always asking why. Why us? Why has this happened? Why have you forgotten about me, God? Why are you not answering? And so while questions are also good, we also have to learn how to ask the questions. Instead of why this is happening to me, what can I do with this that has happened to me? And I think the questions are good, but again, like I said, we have to learn how to ask good questions. Really, like, flip them around and not asking in a complaining way, but asking in a way that will edify us, that will build us up more, that will grow us, that will get us out of where we're at. Okay, let me see. Questions actually activate the brain. It starts working in a different way. Instead of you just taking statements, you ask questions, it starts working and trying to figure out the answer. And whenever you're wanting to, I think the word manifest is really overrated. But I think that the words do bring stuff into existence because it's in the Bible, right? God created through saying. So, whenever we ask questions in a way that really, like, helps us move forward, our brain starts working. And there is something, I don't know what it's called. I forget it. It's RES, something, I don't know. Let me see if I can pull it up. The something respiratory, the activator or whatever.
Do 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 dee do dee do da 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 do dee do 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 dee do 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 dee do 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 dee do.
Okay, Daniel. That is all right. I don't know where it's at. I don't know. I can't remember the what it is. I'll have to I'll have to look it up. But it's something in our brains that when we start focusing on something, that's what we start like looking at and paying our brains start paying attention to. So have you ever noticed like you're all of a sudden like, oh, I really like those cars. And then all of a sudden you're just seeing those cars everywhere. When before they were there, but your brain was really not paying attention to them.
Like, they've done an experiment. Like, look at all the brown things that you see on the way, and then they ask you, or like, you have 30 seconds to look at all the brown things in this room and count all of them. How many red things did you see? Like, they've done
Yeah.
those things.
Yeah, because it's where our active like where our focus is going, that's what we're paying attention to. So if our questions are not really helping us, they're, complaining and trying to keep us where we're at, that's what we're focusing on, right? And that's what more of it comes to us. But if we start asking better questions and we start, speaking better words, more positive words, that's what our brain focuses on. And so questions, just activate different parts of our brain, trying to figure that out. And if you ask, how can I create a business that will make X amount of money? Your brain will start focusing on those things as well. Right?
Is it the rhombencephalosynapses?
The rest something. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. RES, I think, but it won't pull up.
Okay.
So, who was the first person in the Bible to ask a question?
Do we look it up?
You can guess. I don't know if you have.
Oh, Adam?
No.
Abel?
No.
Cain?
Damien, you have a guess?
Abraham?
Serpent.
God. God's the first one to ask a question, and his question
That's
was.
not a person.
Okay, well, the first
It's a
one to
God.
say, to ask a question.
Cain.
God.
Where are you?
Hmm?
That was his first question he asked
Dang.
Adam.
Whenever he was
Where are
looking
you?
for Adam.
Because he was calling them, and they had already eaten out of the tree of knowledge. And I think that's beautiful in a way that when we start, looking for God, it's like him calling us, where are you? Where are you, my son? Where are you, my daughter? Like, that's the first question that he asks. So,
I looked it up, and for some reason it says, "Did God really say?" By the serpent. So I don't know.
it's interesting.
Well, I guess the
Genesis-
first thing on earth was the serpent. Did God really say?
Yeah, I guess. I
But-
guess you're right, Damien.
but the
Maybe that's the
first-
first question.
The first question in the Bible was made by God. That would have. Wait,
Well, I don't
no,
know. When I did
guess
my
it
research,
was.
it hold up. Let's see.
Let me ask. Did God ask the
Let me see. It says the first question
No.
asked in the Bible is, "Where are you?" I don't know if the serpent asked. Was it a statement or was it a question?
God asked it in Genesis 3:9, but the serpent asked it in Genesis 3:1. Let me look it up.
When I asked, it's the first question asked in the Bible is, "Where are you?"
Let me check.
What are you looking it up on?
Google.
Oh, he's using Bing.
Well, okay. So I guess you
Wait.
probably are right.
But if it
I
was the
still
first
think
question,
it's
let's just pretend it
beautiful.
was the first question.
Well, it's
No,
not.
he said, "Did God really say, comma, you must not eat from any tree in the garden?"
So it was a question. Yeah, okay. I guess that's on me that it was actually the serpent. But I still think it's beautiful that the first question God asks is, "Where are you?"
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, they're only
And if we take it to be like that question, from the serpent did God say, you shall not eat from any tree in the garden? Then that kind of like also tells you what kind of question that was. That was to make someone doubt. That was to, so again, questions can be not put in the right form, in a right connotation. I think that's how you say it. That it's not empowering you. It's not giving you any, like, it's not helping you grow, right?
Yeah.
And if the serpent had asked that question differently, then the focus would have been on something else. But we're not going to go down that route.
That's a whole different topic for a whole different podcast, for a whole different day, for a whole different week, for a whole different time,
For a
Yes.
whole different.
for a whole
Era.
different.
Century, millennium.
For a whole different.
So God uses questions to teach us, not to test us, right? And I don't know if you guys, but I believe you guys can relate to a time where questions were asked so that you would to test. You know, you guys go to school to test, get questions answered, take tests with questions on it. We get asked questions to you guys get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
But God uses them to teach us so that we may grow. Successful people ask more questions. And so that's why whenever we go to field trips or whatever we go, I'm always like, ask questions. Learn how to ask questions. I myself am not a good question asker.
Question asker.
Question asker.
It's not questioner.
Questioner.
No, I liked question asker.
Questioner.
Made my own word today.
You always do this.
But I do believe that questions, reveal also the growth in you.
Yeah, so go question your mom, your parents.
Types of questions are important. Every big dream starts with the question.
What if?
What if, or how can, or
Why?
why? Yes,
Why?
why did whatever thing, yeah.
Why is there not this?
What about this dream? I want to make a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's a question like, what if I did this? What would happen? Choose the right path.
Usually you would ask, what if I made a YouTube channel?
Yeah. Choose the right path. Ask questions to choose the right path. Remember, every choice and decision has a consequence.
Choose the one that you want to live with.
Choose the one that you're going to live with. And ask questions if you're not sure. Asking questions creates ownership. You don't just complain, and you don't just sit there. You actually try to you're taking ownership and be like, okay, I get it. I'm in this situation. Doesn't matter how I got here, but I'm here. What can I do to get out? Mm-hmm. Right? The point is to not linger and stay in that place. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we see why asking questions is important?
Yes.
Why?
Exactly.
How?
Where? What?
Why?
When
are we gonna eat? That's also an important question.
That goes without. It's when are you gonna cook? I'm gonna answer you.
You're turning into Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I think besides that thing that I did not look up about Jesus asking, or if who had said the first question, I do really, really think that questions are an important part of us growing and getting to where we need to be at.
Isn't it crazy that the greatest what's it called? Well, I can't say thing, or human. But God just decided to create each one of us. That's crazy.
And he made each of us different.
Yes, he did.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What?
I can't say it on here.
Why?
No, I'll just say it after.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah. Awkward moment. But okay. So that's pretty much what we had today about questions and how important they are. And I hope you enjoyed it. Go to 7streamscashflow.com for more free resources and to download the 1% game. No, the free gift, the starter kit for the 1% game for the 633 money systems framework.
Yeah.
And follow us. Go to YouTube. Follow us there too.
Go to Spotify.
Well,
Follow
for
us there
YouTube,
too.
it's subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Oh my goodness. Subscribe to our channel.
If you're watching this on YouTube, go to Spotify. Follow us there. Give us 5 stars.
Just follow us everywhere and subscribe.
Don't follow us in real life. That's creepy. But this has been
The
Mom and Kids Show. We will see you
at the table.